Most of us see that sort of thing on TV dramas and not in our neighborhood. So.
Tonight on DC News Now, a man shot and killed after allegedly charging at officers with knives.
New House bills are aimed at reforming the district, including allowing police chases.
Chases is dangerous. You know, it's not safe for whoever's out here in the middle of whatever they're doing.
The new changes could overhaul DC's criminal justice system.
We're still looking at the clouds, the cool air, and even some showers around for your Wednesday.
We're very excited about what's to come, and we're excited about what will be at this site.
The clock ticking on the final decision on bringing the Commanders back to the district. What council members are saying about tackling the vote.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. 2 police officers killing a man in DC's Palisades neighborhood. And the suspect accused of running at them with 2 knives.
Yeah, the officers were responding to a call for a domestic disturbance. DC News Now's Ben Dennis spoke with a neighbor who heard the gunshots.
It's jarring. It's not something we see in this neighborhood.
DC's quiet Palisades neighborhood, the site of an officer-involved shooting on Sherrier Place Tuesday afternoon. A 31-year-old man is dead after DC police allege he made no effort to drop 2 knives. Half a block away, one homeowner described hearing shouting outside. When she stepped out on her front porch, she looked down the street, saw 2 officers with their guns drawn right here, pointed toward the man, saying 4 different times, "Drop the knives." That's when those shots rang out.
Most of us see that sort of thing on TV dramas and not in our neighborhood. So it's awful.
Just before 11, MPD says they got a call for a domestic disturbance 1 block south of the busy MacArthur Boulevard. Authorities say relatives said 31-year-old Jonathan Borich of North Bethesda was headed to their home and threatened to damage vehicles. Police say he showed up, but left by the time officers got there around noon.
As officers were talking to the victims and completing the report, the suspect returned to the location armed with 2 knives and ran in the direction of the officers.
Police say officers told Borich to drop the knives.
The subject began to run around, very erratic, and never obeyed any of the officers' command. This went on for minutes.
One fired a taser twice, and when the man got closer, he apparently ignored more orders to drop them. That's when both officers fired 1 shot.
No officers were injured in this incident.
Though the 2 involved are on administrative leave, typical for officer-involved shootings. The homeowner who witnessed it all says officers immediately tried to save the man's life. She also said 2 people who she believes to be the parents of the man who was shot came outside of their home. The mother was crying on the curb, while the man's father appeared to try and jump in to save his life. She heard police tell him they're doing all that they can.
And my condolences go to the family and the individual who lost their life today.
In the Palisades neighborhood of Northwest, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
Let's get a check on the forecast now. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer, and very colorful on the radar tonight.
Yeah, we have seen the temperatures drop. There was some wind. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer, and this is going to stick around for a bit.
Yeah, we're still going to be tracking some of those showers overnight, so you may hear, the raindrops on your window. You may wake up to that at times overnight tonight. Before eventually the rain showers will slide out as we look towards, I would say, at least Thursday. So we still have some of that wet weather sticking around for your Wednesday. So just make sure you do have the rain gear on hand before you step out the door tomorrow. Here's a view of satellite and radar. It says coastal low right around Virginia Beach, and that's bringing us some of that wet weather that we're dealing with out there at this moment. Some of the steadier rain, though, mainly across southern Maryland right now. We did have some wind associated with that particular cell as well. Then we have some of those scattered lighter rain showers farther off towards the north, out towards northern Virginia, even back out towards parts of the I-81 corridor. Finally seeing some rainfall after seeing mainly dry conditions for much of the day. But like I mentioned, closer towards southern Maryland, we're dealing with some of those wind gusts in excess of 35 miles per hour. Heard some reports of at least 40 mile per hour gusts there. And we're dealing with some of those sustained winds getting close to 25 miles per hour down towards Lexington Park. Farther inland, about 10 to 15 mile per hour sustained winds out of the northeast. So still some of that wet weather through the overnight into tomorrow. But like I mentioned before, it's likely on and off. So still going to be tracking some of those showers into your Wednesday morning commute, and still some of those rain bands sticking around even into the early afternoon for your Wednesday as well from this low that will eventually slide out. So I'll have more details on that. I'll look at that 7-day in just a few minutes.
Looking forward to that, Jackie. Thank you. Congress passing legislation looking to change the way D.C. polices and punishes criminals, including 2 bills aimed at changing how young people are prosecuted.
Republican lawmakers say they're making D.C. safer, but Democrats and many people living in the district argue the opposite will happen. D.C. News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight on Capitol Hill.
And Daniel, this would be a major change to the district's criminal justice system.
It would be, Susan and Chris. House Republicans are clearly building on the momentum from President Trump's takeover. They say they are doing their jobs in overseeing the district, but people who live here say there's too much going on and it's a bit of an overreach.
Republican lawmakers are continuing what they say is a crackdown on crime in D.C.
Our great nation's capital has been plagued by violence, destruction, disorder for far too long, and decades of weak pro-crime leadership has turned this once great city into a dystopia.
With minimal Democratic support, the House passed 2 bills Tuesday. One lowers the age that kids can be tried as adults in serious cases from 16 to 14.
Yeah, I don't think that 14-year-olds should be tried as adults.
I don't think that's fair. Charge the parents with that, not the children. It's the parents' fault, not the kids.
The other gets rid of judges' abilities to give sentencing alternatives to young adults under 25. The House bill makes that now 18 and under. D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton says the bills are an attack on D.C.'s autonomy.
Over 700,000 D.C. residents, the majority of whom are black and brown, are capable and worthy of governing themselves.
On Wednesday, the House considers another bill that would change D.C. police chase policy, requiring officers to engage in car chases unless there's unacceptable risk to others.
The common denominator is some minor, typically nonviolent offense has led to now what we're talking about in a deadly police maneuver.
It was nearly 5 years ago when D.C. police chased Karan Hilton Brown, who was riding a moped on a sidewalk. When he exited an alley, he was hit and killed by another car. The officers were convicted in connection to his death and cover-up and fired by the department. But earlier this year, they were pardoned by President Trump and reinstated to the force.
The cost to human life is very high, and the benefit is very low.
Also being considered by the House is eliminating the Judicial Nomination Commission, which would take D.C. residents out of being able to help select D.C. judges. All of these bills will have to go to the Senate after they pass through the House, where their fate is uncertain. We're live on Capitol Hill. Daniel Hamburg, D.C. News Now.
All right, we shall wait and see. Daniel, thank you. New tonight, the Department of Education says a Northern Virginia school district is discriminating against boys. The agency's investigators say Loudoun County broke a federal Title IX law when it did not properly look into students who say they were sexually harassed in a boys' locker room and accuses school leaders of retaliating against the children who spoke up. The Department of Education giving Loudoun County 10 days to lift those suspensions, apologize to the families, and train staff to follow Title IX. While the school district did not respond to our request for comment, it has said in the past students are allowed to use the facilities that align with their gender identity.
A Maryland woman killed in a hit-and-run crash in the district over the weekend. Her family is demanding justice and in disbelief that she could just be left there to die. DC News Now's Yamari Sisse has more as police search for the driver.
40-year-old Angela Boston was killed while walking here along Eastern Avenue when the driver hit her and kept driving. Now, her family tells me that they didn't learn about this until days later, and now they're pleading for the person responsible to come forward.
She was just a butterfly, all over the place, doing all kinds of wonderful things, and I think we're all going to miss that.
Renee Boston says she's struggling to process the loss of her daughter, 40-year-old Angela Boston.
She loved to do all kinds of things like dancing. She liked to write poems in her journal. And, whoever she came in contact, she was just a great friend.
On September 6th, just before 10 p.m., Angela was walking on Eastern Avenue in Northeast when D.C. police say a black SUV with tinted windows hit her and kept going. Angela was rushed to the hospital where she died. Her mother says she didn't find out until days later.
I literally felt like The wind had been knocked out of my body. I felt like I could not breathe because I could not believe that happened.
Her sisters, Catherine and Ebony, say they just want answers.
She was loved, she's cared for, like you could have stopped, we would have been understanding. Accidents happen, you know what I'm saying, if you would have hit her, but you just left her there to die.
I just need justice. I don't, nothing else.
Renee has a message for the driver.
You turn yourself in, and if you know who did it, turn them in. That's what we want. We really just want this person brought in and be held accountable for what they done to my daughter.
Now, if you know any information regarding this incident, you are encouraged to contact DC Police. For now, reporting in Northeast, I'm Yammer Sase, DC News Now.
Now to some brand new video from the district as crews continue to tear down the old RFK Stadium. The D.C. Council is set to take its second and final vote on this deal to bring the Commanders back to the district. And coming up at 10:30, we're going to hear how council members are feeling about this $4 billion plan.
All right, speaking of the Commanders, back to the practice field for the team tomorrow as they gained some new fans. Cheers and high fives greeting some of the players at Alexandria's Mount Vernon Community School. They were there to celebrate their Hispanic Heritage Program. The school is the only fully dual language campus in the district. The Commanders giving out footballs and also signing autographs for the students. Not a bad way to spend an off day from practice.
It's important just to be active in your community and just help out as much as you can. I feel like when you're blessed with the opportunity and the position we have, that you just want to help out to the community as much as you can.
The Commanders also packing meals for the Blessings in a Backpack program. The national nonprofit organization provides food to families in need with an emphasis on making sure children do not go hungry over the weekend. The program feeds 120 children at the school and more than 1,300 per week around the DMV. And join us this weekend as we explore the vibrant and essential roles these communities play in shaping the DMV. You can watch our Hispanic Heritage Month special Saturday afternoon at 3:30 right here in DCW 50, and then Sunday night at 10:30 on WDVM.
There will soon be a new fire station in Northern Virginia. Loudoun County officials breaking ground on the new Leesburg South facility. The department sharing these photos on social media. Take a look. The new station will have space for a hazmat team and get a new fire engine, tanker, and ambulance. Officials say they expect it to be done next winter. A collection of stuffed animals to help comfort kids in crisis. The nonprofit Furry Friends hosting that event at the Wharf. And the agency taking donations of new as well as gently loved plush toys. They're going to be handing them over to first responders who can then give them out to children when they're responding to emergencies.
Franchising, I think, has been looking for something to give back for as much as the wins that it gives us personally and professionally. To collectively join around and do a little bit something for somebody else, and who better than for children. Yeah, these stuffed animals for emergencies or SAFE program now taking these stuffies to DC Fire and EMS. Nicely done.